a sacred journey. In order to truly find yourself as a soul, the first step that you need to take is a very big one. In order to know yourself as a soul, you must be willing, just temporarily, to let absolutely everything go and take an inner journey beyond everything you know, beyond form, beyond time, beyond thought, and right back to the beginning before the universe was born. Before the beginning of the universe, there was no time. Before the beginning of the universe, there was no form and no space. There was only absolute emptiness. An absolute and eternal peace. Before the beginning of all of existence, there was nothing, and you were there. Here, you can also find the answer to the question on the lips of all beings who search for the realization of, who am I? You can get a sense of this right here, right now, by letting go of absolutely everything and falling deeply into the quiet core of yourself. Deeply into your quiet center. When you fall deeply into yourself, you will find that everything will eventually dissolve away into the background. Thoughts will fall away. Time will fall away. Your body and the world will disappear. And all that remains is an empty, pristine, peaceful, and limitless awareness. When all things fall away, you set yourself free from all of the body's boundaries, stories, and limitations. You will find yourself floating in an infinite ocean and abyss of dark, rich, comforting stillness. No longer trapped by the body, the mind, or the emotions. In this ocean of bliss, there is no time, no memories, no pain, and no personal history. And the further you fall into the abyss, you will find that all that is left is a deeper reality of you. Although all of your identifications of the body and mind have gone, you still exist. Here, you are absolute, pure, and free. Yet as reality as a whole, you are all that is. Here, you are absolute, the unseen and the unknown. Yet you are also that which exists in form, the seen and the all-knowing. You are all that is manifest and unmanifest. You are the creator of everything. Yet here you are nothing. All that has ever been and ever will be is made up of these two dimensions, both complete, both as one. The deepest you can ever go is into this ocean, this still and silent void. This place where everything begins and ends. This primordial abyss. The foundation of being. This is who you are. This is your unborn nature, where nothing has ever happened. Infinite peace, radical bliss, freedom, and an undeniable presence. From this foundation of being, there is no desire for things of the world. You want nothing except to be silent, still, and awake. This is what it was like before the universe was created. This is the point of zero. Nothing. From this foundation of silent peace, the universe has not even emerged. Time has not yet begun. There is absolutely nothing. Perfect, fulfilled, and complete. And from this ground of emptiness, this silent void, something mysteriously happens. You, as silent conscious intelligence, wants to know yourself for the sake of self-pleasure and enchantment. The very essence of this space of peace is self-pleasure, pure love, and radiant joy. Yet for some reason, out of that dimension of blissful gratification, you made a decision to take a sacred journey and create the cosmos. You decided to manifest something out of nothing. You could have stayed resting in the ocean of empty stillness for eternity, but you chose to come into form so that you could experience what it was like to take yourself as pure love, pleasure and joy, and now experience yourself as an expression that would become conscious of itself through manifested form. All for the joy of extending the presence of infinite peace and love out into the cosmos. $14 billion years ago, from this ocean of infinite and silent emptiness, all of the energy and matter of the universe was condensed into a tiny single point of light, smaller than a pinprick. And we were all there. Everything that ever come into being was there, condensed into this tiny mystery and miracle. Allow yourself to feel what it is like before the beginning, this timeless, condensed, motionless reality. And now, somewhere in the midst of this mystery, some kind of restlessness must have arisen, compelling you to create something out of nothing. There must have been a sense of possibility, a sense of wanting to become. Now imagine what it was like to let that pressure, that longing to become, to create, to exist, to get so great that at some point in a great cosmic yes, you exploded into existence. You let loose this cosmic firestorm that exploded into existence and scattered this chaotic wildness across the vast expanse that suddenly came into being and then just burnt in this chaotic intensity for 1,000,000 years, burning wildly, freely. And then, after 1,000,000 or so years, imagine what it was like to begin to organize this chaos, this burning intensity. Imagine what it was like to pull this unstructured cloud of hydrogen gas and gradually combine it into 100 galaxies. And within these galaxies, you start producing more balls of hydrogen gas, the primordial stars that then began to burn with great intensity. And as they got hotter and hotter, they exploded into supernova. And in this intense heat generated by these supernovas, see how you fuse that initial hydrogen and helium into the higher element, into carbon and oxygen and the whole reoccurring charts. And in these explosions, which were as brilliant as the combined light of 1,000,000,000 stars, you scattered those elements across the galaxy, creating the building blocks for planets, and this particular planet called Earth. And now remember or imagine what it was like as Earth began to evolve. You took your dazzling display of creativity and moved it from this unfolding of cosmic evolution into an even more brilliant creative display known as biological evolution. The emergence of life from bacteria to plants to animals. This explosion of biological diversity giving rise to some 50 million different species. Your creative surge now gives birth to incredible beauty and diversity, inner change, and all the miraculous unfolding of life, which moved along for about 4 billion years until this moment 35,000 years ago, when again something unimaginable occurred, and you took your creative display and gave birth to yet another dramatic transformation in the mind of one creature on this earth. And suddenly, the birth of human creativity and culture exploded into existence. Artwork begins appearing on cave walls. Humans began placing flowers on the graves of the dead. Our ingenuity and innovation starts moving forward. Feel what it was like to suddenly have your creativity begin to unfold through human culture, moving from the hunter-gatherer to cultivating the land to grow food for humanity, and then to industries, and then the information age. From cave paintings to pyramids, to buildings, from Shakespeare to modern-day performance and music, from the family unit to the clan, to the tribe to the city, from the state to the nation-state, and to the global village that is emerging today. Feel what it is like to have your creativity on this upward spiral of evolution. And now, with the birth of the human being, your creativity, your creative power has begun waking up to itself. For this first time since you exploded from the empty ocean of silent nothingness into the living universe you created, you now have the eyes to look back in awe on your own unfolding and truly magnificent and sacred journey from being to becoming. Your miraculous evolutionary dynamics have now become conscious, have now developed the ability to reflect on the entire process, to begin to understand its meaning and significance, and more importantly, to bring this sense of individual choice into existence and its new awakening and emergence to the possibility of these individual beings to awaken to their identity as you, the creative principle. You, as the divine desire, are waking up to yourself as the being of eternal peace and love within hundreds, then thousands, perhaps millions of individual body minds realizing their own true identity as you, eternal pure soul, with the same power and desire to create in alignment with you. This sacred journey that will take place within every human being is the desire to care not just for the self, but for the whole. It is to love. It is for the desire towards goodness, truth, pleasure, joy, and beauty. And now, feel your care for the world, for humanity, for what's possible, and your desire to uplift the entire event of life into something unimaginable, into something it has never been before, to evolve it out of the unconscious habit energy of the past into a beautiful expression of the love of your true nature of being. Who you were in the beginning before all of existence came into being, that silent, radiant presence, is who you are still today. You have always been here from before the beginning, and you will be here for all of eternity as one on the sacred journey to remembering your truth.